Once upon a time, not so long ago, there was a little girl, and her name was Emily. And she had a shop. There it is. It was rather an unusual shop because it didn't sell anything. You see, everything in that shop window was a thing that somebody had once lost, and Emily had found, and brought home to Bagpuss. Emily's cat, Bagpuss. The most important, the most beautiful, the most magical, saggy old cloth cat in the whole wide world. Well now, one day Emily found a thing. And she brought it back to the shop and put it down in front of Bagpuss, who was in the shop window, fast asleep as usual. But then Emily said some magic words. Bagpuss, dear Bagpuss, old fat furry catpuss, wake up and look at this thing that I bring. Wake up, be bright, be golden and light. Bagpuss, oh hear what I sing. And Bagpuss was wide awake. And when Bagpuss wakes up, all his friends wake up too. The mice on the mouse organ woke up and stretched. Madeleine, the rag doll. Gabriel, the toad.
Oh, look, look.
And last of all, Professor Yaffle, who was a very distinguished old woodpecker. He climbed down off his bookend and went to see what it was that Emily had brought.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. What a tangle of old rubbish. What a mix-up of twigs and sprigs and twisted bits. How on earth are we going to find out what it is, let alone what's wrong with it?
A terrible tangle. Now everybody stand still and think carefully about what to do next.
Well, I know what I am going to do next. I'm going to climb out of this tangle. There, now. Now then, what have we here? There are different sorts of things here. Pieces of wood, and lengths of woolly string, and some twigs of, what do they call the stuff? Old man's beard, I think. Well, I think the twigs of old man's beard have nothing whatever to do with the other things. I think they just got tangled in by accident.
Old man's beard, tangled in by accident, yes.
What do you think, Bagpuss?
Oh, yes. Yes, it was an accident. Yes, could have been dangerous, yes. They were lucky, really.
What on earth are you talking about, Bagpuss?
Oh, I was just thinking. I was thinking about the king of the carpet country.
The king of the carpet country?
Yes, oh yes, Bagpuss, please.
It was a pleasant country, yes, not very far from here. I wish I could remember its proper name. I call it the carpet country because that is what most of the people there used to do, make carpets. Now, unfortunately, it was a very poor country. Merchants would come from other richer countries to buy carpets, but I'm afraid they didn't think much of the carpets and they wouldn't pay much money for them. Now, the king of that country was King Frederick the 29th. He was worried because the people were poor and the carpets didn't sell well. He built a factory and put in it big looms, which are machines for weaving carpets. "Long live King Frederick!" shouted the carpet makers. King Frederick smiled and raised his crown and wiggled his long, long silver-white beard. Then King Fred went into the factory to look at one of the looms working, and the threads were too fine for his poor old eyes to see properly. He leaned over for a closer look, and then a dreadful thing happened. "King Fred's beard is caught in the loom!" The young rug weaver jumped for the brake, and the machine slowly came to a halt. The whole accident had only taken a few seconds, but already most of the king's beard was woven into the carpet on the machine. It looked simply wonderful. King Fred didn't think it looked wonderful because the other end of the beard was still on his chin, pulling his nose against the machine. And the young rug weaver stepped forward with his scissors. "Shall I release your majesty?" "Please do," said King Fred. Snip, snip, snip. King Fred was free. "Thank you," he said. "You're a bright lad. Thank you for your help, but I really must go home now and start growing a new beard. Good afternoon." The king went home, and the carpet makers took the carpet from the loom. It was a very beautiful carpet with a marvellous silky, silvery sheen to it. Many rich merchants tried to buy the beautiful carpet, and the richest of all actually did buy it, and he paid a tremendous lot of money for it. And he said he would buy any more like that for the same price. Well, of course, they hadn't any more carpets like that, and it would take a long time for the king to grow a new one. And that day, many old men with long white beards came to the carpet factory. "Buy our beards," they said, "only 10 pence an inch." Well, then the carpet factory got busy. Beards were snipped off, washed white as snow, and hung on the hedgerows to dry. And then they were woven into carpets. "They are magnificent carpets," said the richest merchant of all, "but not as magnificent as the first one. They lack the silvery sheen, the luminous, lustrous gloss of a truly royal beard." The merchants refused to buy any of the new carpets. The carpet makers were very sad. The young rug weaver took the message to King Fred, and King Fred sighed sadly. "Ah me, if only I could grow a beard quickly. I would give half my kingdom and my daughter's hand in marriage to anybody who could tell me how to grow a beard quickly enough to make carpets of it." Oh, the king's daughter looked at the young rug weaver and decided that if she was to marry anybody, she would like to marry him. And the young rug weaver thought the same about her. So, hand in hand, they ran to see the princess's great-aunt, who just happened to be a magician. "Easy," she laughed. "Just dance round the king and say this poem." Then, hand in hand, the young rug weaver and the princess ran back to the palace and danced round the king, chanting the poem. "Beard, beard, grow, I say, grow by night and grow by day, grow for many 100 feet through the door and down the street." With a creak and a rustle, the king's beard began to grow. It rippled steadily across the throne room, glinting with streaks of pure silver. Through the door, along the great hall, and out into the street it slid. 3 times round the palace it wound itself, and stopped at last by a sentry box, where it tickled the sentry. "Ooh, ooh, that tickles!" Snip, snip, snip. King Fred was free again. The carpet makers hoisted the beard onto their shoulders and carried it off in a splendid procession to the factory. There it was woven into enough carpets to make the country rich again. The young rug maker married the princess, and everybody was happy, except perhaps the other old men. They all wanted to have their beards made into carpets. They would cut them off and wash them and hang them in the hedgerows to dry, but nobody would buy them to make carpets. So they left them there. You can still see them sometimes in the hedgerows, white and fluffy. People call it Old Man's Beard. No, that is completely incorrect. No, Old Man's Beard is just the nickname of a climbing plant. Clematis vitalia is its proper name, but you can call it wild vine, or virgin's bower, or withy wind, or traveller's joy. It's all the same plant. Well, it's only a story.
And a very good story it was, too. Look what it's done for the bits and pieces.
What is it a making things thing?
Yes, I think that must be a loom. Yes, a loom for weaving. That's the same sort of machine that the king's beard was woven on.
How does it work?
I'm not sure. There's a warp and a weft and a shuttle in the middle and I don't know exactly. Madeleine, do you know about weaving?
Weaving? I only know a song about weaving.
So do I. And the mice do too. Come on, mice.
Heave, 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 heave. The marvelous mechanical mouse organ.
I'm a weaver, a master weaver. I've got to loom where the best cloth's made. Plain cloth, twill, brocade or satin. I'm the master of my trade. Shed the warp and swing the shuttle. Beat the reed, the weft is laid. I can wind a flying bobbin. I can warp a beam of thread. I can weave a sheet of linen fit to grace a royal bed. Lift the heel and fly the shuttle. Swing the reed, the woof is laid. Hear the din of loom and shuttle. Weaving is a noisy trade. See how even, soft and gentle lies the cloth when it is made. Lies the cloth when it is made.
I know about weaving. I understand weaving.
Oh, do you, Charlie Mouse? Well, you tell me.
I'll show you. Look, I am the shuttle. I go up and down through these strings like this. Up.
I see, yes.
down.
Then I pull the threads across and it makes woven cloth.
Poor Charlie Mouse. Stop and have a rest now. Have a rest on the marvellous mouse's bed you have made.
Of course, that's what it is. Charlie Mouse has made a mouse's bed. The mice pulled the loom to the front of the window, so that if anybody who had lost a tiny loom for making mouse beds should happen to come past, they would see it there and come in to collect it. And so their work was done. Bagpuss gave a big yawn and settled down to sleep. And of course, when Bagpuss goes to sleep, all his friends go to sleep too. The mice were ornaments on the mouse organ. Gabriel and Madeleine were just dolls. And Professor Yaffle was a carved wooden bookend in the shape of a woodpecker. Even Bagpuss himself, once he was asleep, was just an old, saggy cloth cat. Baggy and a bit loose at the seams. But Emily loved him.